Hello, boys and girls. My name is Yoshi, 1970, or welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough where I kind of forget to do stuff in main subs. But, anyways, that's not why we're here. In the last video, we left off doing something completely different, a colorful screw hunt, and doing other stuff. But while I was doing that, something got brought into attention. I completely forgot my reward match. How silly of me. So how about we fix that, actually? We're gonna go straight into this reward match and see who in the heck we're gonna fight this time. Yeah, we still have our training stuff, but I think the idea is we're not going to lose, right? Oh, hello, Bonk. In that case, it might be tough, but I have 3 pretty strong Pokemon. They're all level 100, and I think these Pokemon are generally only around 80, so these should be pretty simple, honestly. If it's Z-A is great. Helps me forget about Lady Janique. Oh yeah, huh? Of course, these are still pretty tough, though, so to save time, we're gonna probably use whatever their weakness is so we can start going fast. As you can see, this person is mostly a Dragon-type user, though, so we want to mostly use our Gyarados to use Ice Beam against them. But that also means when we Mega Evolve, we'll do dragon damage to them, too, so we do need to be cautious. I like how that one isn't even a dragon, just a normal... Oh, actually, no, it is. That's right, because water resists. Never mind. Alright, well, this is a good time to Mega Evolve, so let's do that. Obviously, we're also going to Mega Evolve in each battle. Sometimes we'll have to switch between different teammates depending on who we get, but I know Bonk, she normally uses Dragon types exclusively, so we can just sweep everything with Dragon Rush, no problem. It helps to have a level 100 Pokemon for this especially. It means you don't really have to worry about anything, and Gyarados is actually kind of busted in this game, especially with its Mega Evolution. It really shines brightly. Since we fought her already, we know exactly what she says, so we're just gonna skip it. This is probably also a dragon, so again, we want to keep using Dragon Rush, and yeah, just like that, one move just took out everyone. So you'll get battles like that, where they're pretty easy. Sorry if I skipped that text fast, but to be fair, this is going to get boring over time, so I think I better do this quickly. For some reason, by the way, they give us the sweet candies, but only mediums. I think it would be more cooler if we got more. I don't know, but I personally would like it. But yeah, actually, by the way, also, there is actually another interesting side quest that unlocks. That comes at 15 reward matches, but the one we're after is the one that takes 20 reward matches. So again, 20 reward matches, despite being infinite, is required just to get that done. Okay, well, now we got that done. So now... the next thing I want to do is actually, briefly go back to Hotel Z and do a little bit of mix. I said I would sometimes do mix of certain things, and, Hotel Z stuff, and more specifically making donuts and, of course, doing Hyperspace Luminose is one of them, and as you can see, now we can make with 4 berries instead of 3, so that heavily boosts up our flavor, so we definitely want that. Alright, and just like before, we're going to go to Hyperspace Berries. Let's try something with a bit of everything this time. Actually, no, not that, actually. No, let's mix up, actually. Let's mix up a little bit of these. Alright. We'll probably need a few more berries before we can truly get the level high enough, but all we really need is donuts with 4 berries in them. Alright, just like that, we're done. Ooh, this is a good one, actually. It gives a bit of everything. let's select and make a couple of these. As you might have guessed, the more berries you use, more different ones, the more interesting they look, and then they start to look really cool. Like this one has a really fancy effect on it. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like it gave us any buffs, so it seems like whether or not you get a buff is random. We'll save a bit of time by just making a few of these. These are probably the ones we're going to use in the big battles, so we might actually go there next. Now let's make a different one. Let's do all top this time. Not the best setup of flavor, but it's fine. Later on, we can get our stuff too. Okay, this one does actually give us something. Move power steel +1. Interesting. Alright, what else? Let's make something using Asper Berries. But also balance it out with an berry, because Hyper Berry seems to look really good. Boosting up our different flavors. By the way, the first thing that came to mind when I saw this was Pokemon contests. Also, I completely skipped this. So, why not wait? Ooh, that also looks different. It's called Orange Jam, though, actually. It looks different. Slightly. Alright, we're gonna stick with that. And then I think we're gonna now go to Hyperspace Luminose now. Let's go for a tricky one this time. We're gonna go for a tier 2 one this time and use one of our powerful donuts to go in there with an advantage this time. Oh, it's this trolley one again. By that, I mean it's in the worst spot ever. Get it? Worst spot ever. Alright, long story short, thankfully we do have a shortcut to this. It just seems tricky because you have to go through here and then for a different part of the map just to get to it. And there's also a whirlpool in the way. But we can enter while we're still fighting here for some reason. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Sure. We'll use this one. I got it also tells you the star rating, which kind of gives you a hint of how many levels you're going to get. So, pretty soon, at some point, we'll be able to get 5-star donuts later. But only when we start getting more stuff done. Okay, we need to catch rock Pokemon, but also pick up a lot of sparkling items. We'll go ahead and grab that Meowth real quick. So, not a normal Meowth, as you can see. It's also Galarian version, which means it looks different. They did say different Pokemon sometimes look different because of their regions that they come from. As a result, that Galarian Meowth looks very different than normal. Because it's sparkling items, we're gonna have to actually go around and grind stuff. I don't think it's worth reaching these guys, it seems like. Okay, there's Steel, but also Ghost, so we need Emboar, I think, to actually, like, take them out rather quickly. Of course, with so many of them, we also get hit a lot faster. Alright, let's use the cat window to at least catch one. Then quickly heal up. I like how despite being level 100 with all the other stuff in the world, Emboar still finds a way to... I'd almost died almost everything. Even things that it's supposed to be strong against. Just because, well, the strength makes a big difference, honestly. It didn't help that we mostly build him in defense and HP, so it's that he's taking a bit more damage than normal. But that's fine. We'll use him to take these guys out, just so we can grab the items around them. Also, even though this really isn't great, We'll still probably use him for gathering some items quickly, since his move is also one of the fastest in the game for quickly grabbing items, so... I didn't just say it was going to be used on one side. He's going to be used here too, technically, because he's fast for grabbing stuff. And he'll be useful in a minute, because when we have to catch Rock-type Pokemon, he obviously has an advantage, because Fighting-type moves are stronger against fighting... I mean Rock-types. Fortunately, we are not seeing any. Honestly, the most confusing part is just trying to find these darn Pokemon, let alone catch them half of the time. Okay. Oh, there is one here. We'll grab that. I can't believe we got stuck on like 15 left. And yet still didn't grab enough. Okay, nice teleport. That will make getting around this place a little bit easier. Oh, here we go. We finally found them. They're... Actually, wait. Bell? Might be a... No, wait, it can't be. Because we already caught a few of them and it didn't work. So, yeah, we aren't... We still haven't found them, man. I think probably the most trolliest part of this is the fact that, straight up, the game doesn't really tell you where the Pokemon are located. Kind of just have to guess where they are based off of where they seem to be appearing in the map. Okay, it wants us to catch Rock-type Pokemon. The fastest ones down here are Arons, so... We can save a bit of time also by not fighting them too and just catching each one individually. If we miss the thing, we can just catch it later. Oh yeah, by the way, we can flow on water too. But I should have mentioned that. Okay, I'll teleport you back up since you couldn't get that. Yeah, I hate on game. I'm still trying to absorb it. Probably the trickiest part is the game doesn't really tell you where to go. Your only hint really is just go quickly to the teleporter if you need a faster way to get to somewhere. And then from there, just kind of figure out where to go. Otherwise, there's no real hint as to where the Pokeballs are or where stuff you need to get ends up being. You just kind of have to guess where everything is as a result. And sometimes we'll be put in an even worse spot like me and not even have anything. Ugh. We're not gonna give up necessarily, but we are getting really close to it closing. Jeez, that was so... Oh my gosh, don't hit me directly, mate. Okay, maybe Fairy Wind's way more annoying than I thought. Okay. Simply because of how awkward that was, we couldn't get the Golden Ball, which means we didn't get the extra berries, simply because it was way too annoying. This is where I wish... Oh, it says there's a particular distortion we've met. It's that, best of luck. So just like before, we now have to go there and take on another alpha. I was about to say, maybe it'd actually be faster to revive, but then, wait, we have this teleporter over here. I'll go ahead to the distortion. Bring Tawny over, I think, is what she said, okay? Alright then, that's what I'll do, I guess. That's not what we're going to do right now, though. I lied, of course. Yeah, that's not what we're going to do right now. Mostly did that to do a balance out, but also, we also need to catch those special legendaries. And I just realized, yeah, they are not moving away. In fact, they seem to stay on, despite us changing the map and everything. And more open up as you play the game, too. So there will be more and more that show up later. And this one in itself is actually a side mission. That's kind of interesting. So you can not only see other specific donuts, but some of them will straight up be their own side missions. That's crazy. Alright, well, in that case, we want a high level one. This one seems to be just fine, so we'll do this for now. And stick with that and see what that gets us. But yeah, these question mark ones means we're probably gonna have to fight a legendary or something else, or it's actually a side mission specific one. So we'll go in here and see what it is. Help! 2 Rogue Mega of all Pokemon are fighting. It's a Rogue Mega Showdown. Oh boy. We have to face 2 of them by ourselves? Just let them have it. They could pummel this whole place to pieces. Please stop in and stop these Mega Crabombos Rogue Mega Showdown. Oh boy. Some of them are really tough too. Sometimes they might be a little bit higher level. If it turns out that this is really hard, then we might skip it. It did say 1 star or 2 star coming into here, so you think it wouldn't be so high level, but you never know. And there's 2 of them too, so that's not nice. We have to face 2 big bosses at once. Oh, yeah. Wait, that, I can't even see. They're only 116, yet Embor is still getting destroyed anyway. Holy crap. Just their normal attack is doing like 9% of my health. What is going on? I mean, our Pokemon's health, that is. Simply having too many of them is being way too hard for us right now. Guess we're gonna have to be probably quick on our feet then? Maybe bait them to actually attack us. Yeah, it seems like their only disadvantages right so far, they do not actually do anything in terms of attack power. I mean, other stuff. Instead, they're just incredibly fast. I guess the only hint is that they're melee. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this anytime soon. What about let's just forget. You can't afford to lose this battle. You gotta try again. Alright. I get it. Looks like the timer still keeps Alright. Alright. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure how, but they have, like, extremely high attack power for what they should have. Seems like there's only one great way to do this, and that's spamming the crap out of max buys and also trying to Mega Evolve at the same time. And that also got destroyed. So, you know what? Screw it. Each time we have to do something, we're just going to keep reviving over and over and over again and keep saving the same Pokemon over and over again. Until we can finally do stuff, because otherwise there's no way we could survive. As you might have guessed, the cheat is these guys have way too much damage. So it's honestly easier to either get knocked out ourselves or just keep going and attacking from afar. Not much else you can do. They're actually being more smarter too. It was already hard enough to do it once, but now it's even more trickier. I think just regular revives will be better as a result. I think we just kind of have to slowly but surely chip away their health by using strongest moves that we have at our disposal, Fairbitch. And then each time he dies, we just have to keep reviving him. I've never had to normally revive cheat for a battle, but like, just think of it this way. The Gyarados are cheap. for some reason, these two guys have way more damage than they should have. It's normal for Rogue Megas to be stronger, but doing this much damage at once is a little bit too much for my liking, so yeah. Obviously, I cannot afford to be defeated, so yeah, looks like our only option is to just keep throwing revives into Ember over and over and over again. And then whenever we don't have enough time, we just gotta dodge everything instead, boy. I think the only disadvantage they have is because obviously they won't take too long. Something tells me because of that. Yeah, I don't think I can do enough. I think we need more donuts to do it, so... Sorry, folks. We're gonna faint here. Only way we can get out otherwise. So, yeah. 2 people are way too strong here. This many at once? Yeah, okay. Well, we're running away. So, while they might be 120, they have a stupid amount of attack power. So, yeah, let me out of here. Screw this. Let's find a more weaker opponent that is not super overpowered and defeats us in, like, one shot or something. It was fine to maybe do one of them at once, but a one that defeats you in literally one shot, that is literally super busted. Yeah, there's no way in heck we're gonna do that for a while. Basically, that's going to be locked behind getting a big level advantage. Once we have a bigger level advantage, it becomes way easier. But while we don't have a level advantage, yeah, we can't really do much. So let's do this weaker one instead. And we're actually going to use our absolute strongest donut for this. Only saving the last one for when we actually have to do that Mega Zone from earlier. Well, at least now we know. Don't go for those stupid... dudes that are Rogue Mega Evolving. Of course, I didn't know what this would be. This could have been a legendary. This could have been something we just caught. This could be something else. There's so many things this could have been, but no. Instead, it was something dumber. Okay. You there, young trader. Could I ask a special favor you? I'd like you to deliver this letter to the director of Animeti. I do it myself, but I'm afraid circumstances prevent me from doing so. Please, won't you deliver it in my stead? Of course I will. Let's see, I knew you had a trustworthy face. This is the letter that must be delivered. We did all of this. Wait, we just went in a dimension and just did stuff? Okay. Well, then that was really lame. Of course, because we're blind, how was I supposed to know that would happen? Sheesh. Yeah, let me out of here indeed. That was super trolly. Of course, there's no way of knowing what the mission is until you go in. You kind of just have to go in and hope for the best. And we have only so many donuts we can use. I guess we could always just make more of the donuts, but like, I don't know. Alright, well, that side mission didn't work, nor did that other mission. Also, that's closed now, so we literally just used that to get a side mission, and then, now we're gonna leave and do that. How about, to make up for that, let's just do all of the other side missions we can find here. How about that? Yeah, right, that was quite annoying. Big letdown, that's what it was. Wasted 2 of our big donuts, and didn't even get anything out of the job. At least now we know we basically need a even stronger donut, so probably at least 30 to 40 levels on those stupid ballers before we can take them out. Not to mention, practically every Pokemon I had resisted them. Because of that, I guess we're gonna have to use a ghost type. If we want to like do that safely, ghost types are the only thing that can really resist one. Maybe somehow a ghost and flying type we have. If we have one of those, that would make it easier. Oh, I remember you. You helped me find my rain before, did you? I appreciate your help, and then good deed has brought you to Adam Italy today. Looking for the director. A letter from the director. Well, you found her. I'm the director of this school. Where did you get this letter? No, never mind. There's an even more urgent question that must be answered. Please, won't you come with Vert Consent Hunter 6 with me? I must visit Racine Construction at once. Oh. Well, this just changed into something else. Okay. It's already kind of a weird side mission, but now we're over here. And we have to go inside the place, too. Thank you for coming. I feel so much better having you here with me as support. I should have done this alone, but that letter you gave me erased so many questions. Both I ought to tell you what it said. I'm so sorry I left you behind without ever having the chance to tell you something. 14 years ago, I trusted my precious ring to a certain man for repairs. The man's name was Tarragon, the owner of a shop called Racine Construction. And from my deceased husband, it's simply impossible, isn't it? I'm afraid to come by myself to find out what this letter says is true or not. Are you Mr. Tarragon? That I am. How can I help you? Tell me. Do you remember a man coming to you 14 years ago asking for your help repairing a wane? That I do. I got and taken my little Canary to a fancy restaurant to celebrate your birthday. We hit it right off with the guy sitting next to us. Canary took to him like a duck to water. When I heard what a dab hand I was at fixing fades, he asked if I could help sending a stone that come Lucifer's rain is. Told me it was a special rain, one of a pair he and his wife exchanged. That man was my husband, but I'm afraid there was an accident and he... I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. But what a stroke of luck that something pointed you here after all these long years. I hoped perhaps that rain... and I'm sure I owe you something for your labor. There ain't no need for that, ma'am. I can take this kind of lady's money. Perhaps maybe I could take a battle with young Kuliyoshi instead. How about it, kid? I'll be waiting in the garage if you're up for it. Please, Kuliyoshi, won't get this gentleman his battle. I can't stand leaving this debt unplayed. Oh, guess what? They still want us to fight Aragon again. I think he's mostly a ground plus steel type user, so we want him most to use Gyarados again. That stick in the mud Gershom has been teaching me more than just baking. We battle plenty too. I'll show you some of the tricks I picked up. But I'll still win, though. I'll tell you that much. Let's get this Pokemon battle going. I will say I have no idea that was there, but like 2 Omegas? That is a little unfair. You're not supposed to really battle more than 1, let alone 2. Yeah. Needless to say, we were not prepared for it. Because they're Omega, they have a lot more stats than normal. So pretty much our only option now is just grind enough levels to the point where we'll be so tanky that they won't be able to hit us. So yet another side quest we have to save for later, which sucks. But at the very least, we found a side mission that we could do. Honestly, I never said I was going to do all of them right away. I did warn you guys that this game does start to get really hard with some of its missions. By the way, I'm not wasting time grinding another Pokemon this time just for that one side mission. Time to show this kid what a drill can do, Excadrill. Yeah, right, we're gonna be the one that takes you out, though. We fought this guy so many times now, between this and also the main storyline, that we kind of accept that we need a water type to beat him fast, so yeah, there we go. Excadrill still couldn't get past your defenses, eh? Alright. Just like that, we're done. Ain't that just typical? But a minute, being Excadrill gave you a run for your money, eh? We owe you big time, kid. Growing stronger to put a real challenge in battle is just my small way of showing you my appreciation. Well, consider me paid in full, ma'am. I think it's high time this rain made its way back home. Okay. Cherished Rain, huh? Yoshi. I was so distraught when I lost my husband and we never found his rain, but now our 2 rains are back together at last. I'll treasure them and all my memories of him. Goodness, you found both my own lost rain and my husband's rain. You truly are a wonder, Yoshi. Gotta admit, it's a way off my shoulders too, having that rain back where it belongs. Man. And I think we helped her at the start of the base game, mainly. And now we have this. Oh, we got a Dream Ball from that. That's a completely different ball. Seems pretty rare, too. I should decide to maybe catch a Pokemon I can catch very easily with that, because I want to maybe have something in that. What about you? You look like you have different Pokemon. Hey, do you know what all Pokemon battles really hinge on? Well, your strategy, mainly, actually. Like you could have gotten the answer, huh? Listen, good Pokemon battles hinge on sheer speed. You could swoop in on an opponent or attack at a key moment if you move fast enough. Me and my Sizzler roll around Luminose every day, and we've earned moves that let us roll over our opponents even faster. We're the fastest in town, which means you'll never beat us. Oh, so we have 3 of them? Don't believe me? Battle us. Alright, well I will then. Come talk to me when you think you're ready. I assume this is our hyperspace Pokemon then. My Sizzlers are all riled up. Yep. Here begins the legend of the fastest and strongest Sizzler team. So we're really facing all 3 at once? Nope, just 1. I'm wondering if they're Rot type or something else. It's hard to know. No, actually they're Dragon. Apparently, because my Dragon type moves work against them really well, they're Dragons. Interesting. Well, in that case, Dragon Rush works just fine. Because they're super fast too, they will probably get a few hits in before us, though. It was still pretty easy otherwise. You left us in the dust. You sure kept up with us. You're really good. Guess we need to knuckle down and get even speedier. Take this TM. You deserve it. Alright. Flame Charge, boys. Flame Charge doesn't just deal damage. It lets your Pokemon move faster. Trust me, there's no feeling quite like running circles around your opponent. Alright, Sizzler crew, let's ride all around Luminose to our heart's content. Alright. But yeah, if you're wondering why I said this game wouldn't be done, if you thought 120 side missions was a lot, well, there's even more now. Apparently, because of the DLC, it added, like, I don't know, 80 plus side missions. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Which is absolutely insane. Stop right there. Good, now look down. Also, just... Did you ever notice the Pokemon designs on our utility hole covers here in Luminose? I call them Pokémon lids. And you just found one. This is one of Vert District's famed goat utility holes. How about a little quiz? What Pokemon depicted on utility holes found in the Road District? It's the Pokemon you think you see here? Then show me that Pokemon. Well, I don't want to waste time just guessing, so we are off to the Road District, it seems like. Let's start with Sector 5, I guess, and just look for them there. We gotta find a hole as soon as possible, then. Figure out what's on there, and then decide what to say. Okay, well that's not the right one. It's just a normal Pokeball cover. So, only some of them have the thing that we need? Okay. We might have to run a long way to find them. Oh, here we found one. There is a shiny Pokemon as well. It's pretty far away, though. Oh, I can see it. It's just a Pidgey, but that's still good shiny. Anytime we find a shiny, we may as well catch it. Okay, Prior is the one we're looking at, huh? I figured Prior was going to be the answer anyways. Pure Fire Pokemon that kind of fits the theme of the red theme of the Rogue District, but oh, there's a lot of fog here for some reason. Seems like that's different weather. Are you ready to show me the Pokemon that's featured on the Rogue District utility cards? Yes. Show me the Pokemon. Oh, we have to show her that directly, too. So we actually need a Pyroar ourselves. We've been catching quite a few of those, thankfully, though. Particularly near the middle part of the game. If we can actually find it. There we go. Let's do this one. Just because I don't really care which one I use. Just like that one done. Female Pyroar. Huh? Ooh. Da-da-da. That is the correct answer. Amazingly done. Actually, yeah, it did look like it was a female. Each series of Pokemon utility always has a theme. The Rogue District's theme is determination. Female Pyroar are just perfect to represent that. In case you're curious, the theme of Vert District is supposed to be camaraderie. The Blue District is supposed to be modesty, Magenta should be graced, and John, joviality. Perhaps you should take the time to look down and notice the utility holes sometimes. Take care to look ahead. What's ahead of you, too. Okay. Ooh, a bunch of Dusk Balls and Net Balls. Those will come in handy later. The Net Ball actually will work really well against a really strong Pokemon coming up soon, too. Very hard one normally, but yeah. One that we can actually take out nonetheless. If you wonder why I was worried, is because, well, not all the Pokemon are Rogue Mega, so there's a chance we could just go up and spam catches on them, and if we catch them, oh, then we don't have to actually fight them. So that's what I thought I had to do with those Bombo, but I guess not. Just way too hard to deal with right now. Because there's so much more stuff we can get later, though, we'll just have to come back when we have a higher level, and then we'll beat them much faster. Otherwise, I have no clue what else to do, because they even know how to hit fighting type and ground moves. So, we need to somehow get a Pokemon that knows. Also, this dude, again, we just talked to him on a few minutes later, and it's another side mission. This guy never lets up. He just really wants those novels. Yes, I'll collect these. Oh, this nurse wants to speak to us. Hot quiz time. How many total Pokemon centers are there in Luminose? Whoa! This appeared out of nowhere! I'm gonna guess like a middle number. How am I supposed to know that? I just came in. Oh, at least she tells us. Mon 9, this one, the Hiberno Pokemon Center, sells the fewest Pokeballs by far. I think we could solve that problem if we had a certain Pokemon around to help, and I've got the perfect name for my plan. Spectacular sales with a fun guy. Huh? What does that mean? Allow me to explain. Don't you think our concept looks lovely? There's so mushroom to live, and but a fungus sitting here would look just like a Pokeball. That kind of Pokemon is sure to lure people in to make them want to buy Pokeballs. Please bring me a fungus. Which means we have to go into Hyperspace Luminose to find that likely. Okay. Keep in mind, we don't always have to do all the side missions. We're just gonna try and activate some of them so we can have them ready. We're waiting until nighttime falls so that we don't get interrupted later. And then we'll talk to this Gyro next to get another side mission. Hey, didn't we have to talk to a Gyro before for a different side mission? I wonder. Oh, we just got about 15, huh? Congratulations. What did I do? Well, we have free protein as part of a special promotion. Could I ask for just a moment of your time? Sure. Thank you. Okay. Alright, let's go to our protein street survey. Do you know what protein is? Well, I know about that. I see. Well, protein is a nutritious drink. What do you find out about protein? Well, mainly from a Pokemon Center. No, where you get your information from is important, isn't it? Does 5,000 for a protein vial sound expensive to you? That's kind of steep. I see. Everyone has their own way of valuing things. Do you know any other drinks similar to protein? Well, I've heard of calcium. Gotcha. There's so many different products that could be hard to keep track, huh? When would you want to have your Pokemon drink a bottle of protein? Well, when I want to raise its attack, of course. Noted. Make sure to follow the usage instructions. What do you think protein tastes like? Sweet. I see. Make sure to let your Pokemon know what you think. Would you recommend protein to a friend? Yes, definitely. Got it. Whether or not you recommend something really depends on who you're talking to. And that's all for our survey. Thanks for your time, huh? Bet you're wondering what this cute Cubo is doing next to me. As I'm with Cubo and everyone stops to chat, so it gets plenty of takers for the survey. Thanks for asking all of our questions. Answering all our questions. Here's a small token of our appreciation. Bunch of different items. We'll find out what they are. It's like some vitamin drinks. Cool. Maybe our next survey will be about iron. Cool. Alright, let's get this, and then we're just gonna save the game and call it quits. I'm also not sure what happened, but yeah, that big Pokemon appearing out of nowhere. Two? One is annoying enough already, but two Vegas, that's gonna need some research to deal with. I might have to look that up. See if there's a faster way to do it besides grinding. I think otherwise we're gonna need a really high level donut so that we're stupidly strong. Then we can kick their butts probably. Because I heard you can get your Pokemon up to like 180 or something like that. It's ridiculous once you get higher level donuts. So we could always come back later and destroy that. But for now, I'm not really interested in doing that. In fact, yeah, we're going to save the game and call it quits. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!